So you're joining us at the set of the next RawBrahs retreat, and they actually call this is Eric's home, and the name of the home is Makanalani.
Makanalani.
Did I say that correctly?
That's absolutely
right. Makanalani.
Yeah.
We speak Hawaiian now. Makanalani, which means a gift from heaven. And
it's actually Eric's home, and Eric, thank you so much for having me here. Eric built this great, beautiful home for a really good purpose, and I would love to hear about it from you if you don't mind.
When I actually found this place online, it was a sign of divine, because this place really is a gift from heaven.
It truly is, yeah.
And we're here because we're so inspired by not only the land that God has blessed us with here and blessed Eric with, so he could manufacture and shape it in this fashion that you did, but also just inspirational by the story behind it and what the main purpose of it serves and what you do and just the biblical background. It's just like, it's got RawBrahs written all over it. So when you allowed us to use it for our current retreat, it was really a gift from heaven. So thank you, firstly.
Very welcome.
But we would like to hear from you, really. Like, what is the story behind this place, and what's the vision, and how did you help create this?
We decided to do a place for underprivileged kids. Essentially a place where kids could just have a free holiday for a week at a time, because you can get a lot more kids through at that time. And that the mile-high goal for those kids would be that when they leave here, they would know that life could be different, that life didn't have to be the way they'd seen it up till then. Just give them a seed of hope for the future. That was the whole purpose of what we did, and from there the vision sprang into what we've got here today.
They took us from our homes, and in the dark of the night the prophecy unfolds into the left and children right over the mountains and the seas. Reptilian.
Once we got the land back in 2005, just totally raw land, nothing, even the fence was wrecked. There was nothing there. And we just started working on it. We built a barn, then we built a small prototype cottage that would lead to teaching us how to do the house, because none of us had expertise in this. But while we were building the barn, trying to locate where the house should be, we came out at 10 o'clock at night and we started walking away from where the highway is until at 10 o'clock at night, when everything's real quiet, we couldn't hear the highway anymore. And then we said, okay, we were far enough back so we can build the house here, which is this spot pretty much. And so we built the house here so that when kids come out at night, and if they're quiet for a while, if they are, they can see the stars, they can hear the wind, they can hear insects, and they don't hear civilization. And it's pretty phenomenal when that happens.
Yeah, I can imagine, a kid that maybe didn't have the most privileged lifestyle growing up, coming here and spending a week would completely, like you said, plant a seed of possible change in their lives.
Absolutely.
And
yeah.
I mean, even me just being here for a day, like, I'm just like so humbled by nature and God.
Yeah. I think from day one we've felt that God's presence is here for absolute sure. There's just no doubt whatsoever. God is here. Not that He's not everywhere, but right here it's easy to feel.
I just love the idea, driving out, like, okay, we can't hear cars anymore, let's build.
Yeah.
When people, try to be witnesses to others of bringing God into their lives, like you are, they go all different ways about doing it. And obviously, being here and seeing such beautiful nature, it's a very good demonstration of, God's creation and how everything He creates is so beautiful. When the kids come here, do you do anything else? Like, do you go into teachings?
One of the things that we do, in line with your question, is we take them into the sheep fields, because we've got a really good flock of sheep now, and we run through Psalm 23 with them, which is written from a perspective of a shepherd and sheep, and then we can show them what's really happening there with the sheep and see how that relates to us and God being God's sheep and how he looks after us with each line of Psalm 23 is pretty cool that way. So that's one thing that we're busy doing, and there's a lot of related things like that.
Don't forget about the miniature donkeys, the Shrek-like donkeys.
Yeah.
I still got to see those.
They are just for the kids. They have no other value whatsoever, but if you've seen Shrek and you've seen the donkey in Shrek, that's what we got out there, little guys.
Don't care how long it takes, and I don't care.
I just love the biblical inspiration of being out here. You have like you said, the sheep, the rawness of the land. You have these Jurassic Park-like trees. You have fruit falling from the vine. I can't tell you, just walking around the property today, how much fruit fell with us just walking by it. The lily koi, the star fruit, the longans.
And the way we've planted the fruit, you'll see there's not an orchard, and that's deliberate. We've scattered the fruit throughout the property so that the kids, if they want to go get fruit, they need to get out there and go and find it. And if they want citrus, it's over there. If they want bananas, it's over there. If they want star fruit, it's somewhere else. If they want rambutan, it's somewhere else. And so gets them out and gets them to experience the place.
That's awesome. There's no snakes to worry about either.
No, there's hardly anything that can hurt you. Certainly nothing that can hurt you seriously.
No snakes in Kauai.
Because where we are, they wouldn't allow us to build anything to house more kids. So we were at 30. So instead of building bigger, we built better. And so the kids walking here, and if it's their first time here, their jaws drop and they're like, wow.
I bet that's a beautiful thing to see, like in a world where technology is so valued.
Yeah.
And to come out here to see a kid, maybe put down his device and have his jaw drop because of what's out here, this nature must be a beautiful thing to see.
And speaking of that, a lot of this is off the grid, correct? You're solar powered?
No, not a lot, everything. Everything's off the grid. We don't have a hookup for electricity. The solar power drives everything in each building. The solar power at this place drives our well, which pumps water through to the whole property, and we back that up with propane, which we bring onto the property, and that's used for cooking, and it's also backup for the solar water heater. The water is heated by solar, and then we've got propane backup. So what we bring onto property is propane, essentially, and then we run off sun energy for the rest. And that's not a small undertaking. That was also something that we're still in the process of learning about, because it's a bit of a guessing game.
I like that. I like to just do it and fix the things along the way, rather than like getting into a paralysis analysis and only talking about it, because y'all definitely walked the talk with this place. I mean, I don't know if the video will even do the fraction of the justice, but if someone is inspired and they have, how do groups of people or kids come to approach y'all? Like, how does the whole process work?
Right now it's word of mouth, because we started off we just started this last summer, and there's like kids season. Kids season is when kids can get a week off school. And so that's summer holidays, fall holidays, winter holidays, and spring. And it slightly overlaps if you talk about mainland kids versus Hawaiian kids, but we started with Hawaiian kids. There's a huge need in the islands, and that's where our focus has been and will probably stay until we can find a good way of getting California kids here.
It's amazing, and I love also, there's just so many things that I love about this place, but I love how you were able to work with us, because there was not a group of kids, and it's donation based.
That's exactly right.
The pay it forward beauty of maintaining a place like this is extraordinary.
Yeah, it's we very reliant on donations, because basically what we had set aside for this, we've spent, and we've built the place, and it's really up and running, and it's cool. We've started stuff to try and make it self-sustaining. We've started sheep. We've got milk cows, which if we get it right, you'll be able to have some of the milk, the raw milk, and so on. We started some money-making things, but we really are reliant on donations to keep the place open. We charge the kids nothing, They get a free holiday, and we don't want to change that.
That's awesome.
That's great.
I mean, I've seen a restaurant run on that idea, the pay it forward idea, but to see a place like this run on that, it's amazing.
Yeah, I think you can consistently go across the world and you can hear this, people say, oh, things are not how they used to be, or things are not the way they should be. That's a pretty, consistent theme across the world, I feel like. And if you want to see a change, I feel like we got to start with the young people,
Totally.
And I think this is a good place to maybe invest some of your interest.
Yeah, these kids go away and they've got something inside of them, and it'll become something else. And what it becomes is up to the kid, but at least they've got the little seed planted and they can make something of it, which is...
Well, you just get
That's
seeds
cool.
planted on you just by walking through the garden too. I've been picking them off by that. I was laughing at Timothy because you sounded like such a rapper. Like, you got to make a change for the kids, yo.
Yeah, it's true though. It's true.
No, it's true. I thought it was cool. If someone wants to, you were saying that y'all accept donations on the website, or how would, if someone wants to help, or if someone wants to check this property out, you have what's the name of the website?
Makanalani.com.
And because everyone doesn't speak Hawaiian, how do you spell that?
It's all A's except I at the end, so it's
yeah, we just put it-
M-Ma-Ka-Na-La. There you go, spelled phonetically.
And we'll put it there on the screen. We'll put it like right there, so you can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. I would definitely. I don't know how it's going to work for y'all in the future. If there's ever other openings, if someone wants to check it out, and
Yeah, when people are on island, we get people coming through all the time to say, can I check the property out? And we'll make time, we'll take them around, we'll let them go visit the mini donkeys, we'll show them the lambs, we'll show them the sheepdog, working the sheep, if they're here at the right time of day for that. If they're at the right time of day, they can see the cows getting milked, they want to come tour the home, they're welcome to do that. We'll host people for any amount of time that works, and when we don't interfere with a group that happens to be here.
he gave us a tour of this unreal baby donkey, baby calf. I mean, things that it was like overwhelmingly beautiful. I'm still overwhelmed, so maybe by the end of the week I'll start settling in a little bit. But I think what we'll probably do for this video, we'll just put the whole thing on our YouTube, because we usually we put the longer videos on our website for the members. But I was just thinking of something along the lines, instead of people having to pay to see this on our website, that whatever they were going to do for that, they could maybe throw a little donation your way, or whatever they want to, or even come out here and invest some time in a donation for a tour, or however it helps you out the most. Because I'm just inspired by, like, you actually kind of create your dream.
Yeah.
And when someone comes out here, I think they're gonna be like, oh, this is my dream too. How do I do it?
Yeah.
And shine a light into the dark. Today I burned all my money. Today I burned all my money. Today I burned all
Everyone that sees this can know that absolutely ordinary people can do this. It's got nothing to do with anything. It's just ordinary people doing stuff.
It's awesome.
That's a good name of anything, really. Ordinary people doing stuff.
There you go, yeah.
I could make a good YouTube channel.
Thanks for being a gift from heaven, man.
Yeah.
No. We got the gift first. We're just re-giving it.
Yeah, thank you so
guys.
much.
It's a blessing to all of us. I think it's a blessing for anyone watching this. I mean, you got to check this place out. At least go to the website.